Hey, so FedEx just showed up and brought me a fun package, and I thought you'd like to see it when I open it. So this is a what's in the box, and in this case, we have a Ruckus ICX 7150-C10ZP-210GR. So this has the 2x10 gig routing license on it as well. So let's have a look at this guy, and we'll see what's fun. All right. So, accessory kit. We have a standard USB-C power cord, if you will. We have a DB9 to RJ45 rollover cable for console. It also takes a USB-C, of course, but this is the included one. The USB-C is something you need to purchase separately if you don't have one already. This is a power cord retainer clip to hold the power cord in securely. There is rubber feet, so if you don't want to rack mount or wall mount it, you can use the rubber feet and desk mount it, if you will. It also comes with 2 screws. If you want to wall mount it, you can do that. And then for paperwork, we have, this is a template. If you wish to wall mount it, you can use that template and drill the screw holes appropriately. There is some warning paperwork. And then there is a downloading software notice and getting started. So that's all included. So that's in the accessory package. So we'll get rid of those. And then let's have a look at our switch here. So what we notice about the switch is it is 10 ports. So what we have here is we have a console cable. So you know it's a serial console by the 10101. So it's binary representing the console. There's an out-of-band RJ45 management port, USB port, our USB-C console, and then our status indicators and status button here. From the interface perspective, we have the first 6 ports here are 1 or 2.5 gig Ethernet with PoE plus. These 2 here are 2.5 gig Ethernet, but they support PoH and 3BT. So they'll do 15.4 or 30 watt PoE, but they'll also do 60 watt or 90 watt PoE. So these are high power PoE ports. And then we have these 2 ports here are 2.5, 5, 10 gig E with high power PoH or 3BT, so 60 or 90 watt PoE. And then lastly, we have the 2 SFP ports, which are 1 gig or 10 gig, depending on the license. So you can buy this with a 1 gig license and upgrade it to 10 in the field, or you can buy it with 10 gig as this one is. And the licenses now are trust-based, right? So you don't need a license key or a license file. You can just turn those into 10 gig, on the fly while the switch is live just by adding it from the command line. So form factor from this guy, you'll notice that it interestingly has these fins out the back, right? So it, unlike the 8 port or the 12 port, this one's high power, so it has a 240 watt power budget. So because it's fanless, it requires those fins to try to keep it cool. So for comparison's sake, here's a 12 port, and you'll notice that this 10 port is a little bit wider, right? So it's a different rack mount kit that's important than the 12 port or 8 port. So this has its own rack mount kit. It's not a full 19 inches wide, but it's a little bit wider than the 8 or the 12 port. You'll also notice that it's deeper. So from a depth perspective, it's a little bit deeper than that 12 port. So, you know, if you have a very narrow mounting box, for example, you're going to want to check that out before you purchase it. Otherwise, so as I said, completely fanless, right? It does full routing with the full routing license, of course. Yeah, just a great switch. So, I mean, the reason that there's only a couple of high power ports, right? So there's only the last two here, and these two are 60 watt or 90 watt PoE, but generally you're only going to have a couple of access points, 802.11ax access points, or access points that pull more than 30 watts of power within that 100-meter range of PoE. So, you know, this is a perfect switch where you don't necessarily need 24 or 48 ports of 2.5 or 5 gig Ethernet, or you don't need 24 or 48 ports of high power. You need a really small number. So perfect for that situation. Great new compact switch. And I thought you'd want to see that, and I'm looking forward to doing a little bit of playing with it. So I will let you go, and have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.